Welcome to Rợn Radio. Tonight, we dive into a chilling tale that will haunt your dreams. A story of Easter, of hope twisted into horror. A story called The Easter Hollow. Settle in, dim the lights, and don't look behind you.
The village of Hollow's End was forgotten by time. Nestled in a valley, surrounded by jagged hills, it was a place no one visited. No one, that is, until Easter. Every year, on Good Friday, a single letter arrived in the mailboxes of strangers. The paper was old, yellowed, sealed with red wax. The words inside were simple. You are invited to Easter Hollow. Come alone. Leave by dawn. Clara Engine found her letter on a rainy March evening. She was 28, a photographer from the city, tired of her mundane life. The letter felt strange. It smelled of damp earth and candle wax. No address, no sender, just those words written in spidery ink. Clara laughed it off at first. A prank, she thought. But something about it tugged at her. The promise of mystery, of something new. She searched online. Hollow's End barely existed. A few grainy photos of a crumbling church. Whispers on obscure forums about an Easter festival no one could explain. People go. One post read, but they don't talk about it. Clara's curiosity burned. She packed her camera, a flashlight, and a notebook. On Good Friday, she drove into the hills. The road to Hollow's End was narrow, swallowed by fog. Her car's headlights barely cut through the mist. Trees loomed like silent watchers. After hours, she saw it. A wooden sign, half rotted, carved with the words Easter Hollow below it. A dirt path led to the village. Clara parked and stepped out. The air was cold, too cold for spring. She walked, her boots crunching on gravel. The village appeared like a ghost. Stone houses, their windows dark. A windmill, its blade still. And at the center, a church, its steeple piercing the sky. The doors were open, spilling faint candlelight. Clara hesitated, her breath clouded in the air. Then she heard it, a soft hum, like a hymn, but wrong. Too slow, too deep. She stepped inside. The church was alive with shadows. Candles flickered on the altar, casting twisted shapes on the walls. Pews were filled with people, maybe 20, maybe more. They sat in silence, faces hidden in the dim light. Clara felt their eyes on her. She clutched her camera, her only anchor to reality. A woman stood at the altar. She was tall, draped in a white robe stained with red. Her hair was long, black, falling past her waist. Her eyes, they were too bright, like polished glass. She smiled at Clara. "Welcome," she said. Her voice was soft, but it carried. "You've come for Easter Hollow." Clara nodded, unsure. "I got the letter," she said. The woman's smile widened. "We all did. I am Sister Marian. This is our sanctuary. Tonight, we prepare for the resurrection." Clara glanced at the others. A man in a worn jacket, his hands trembling. A young woman with a scarf, staring at the floor. An old man, muttering to himself. They didn't look like a congregation. They looked afraid. Sister Marian raised her hands. "Easter is rebirth," she said, "but rebirth requires sacrifice. Tomorrow, on Holy Saturday, we will honor the hollow. We will offer what it demands." Clara frowned. "Offer what?" Sister Marian's eyes gleamed. "You'll see." The hymn began again, louder now. The congregation joined, their voices uneven, strained. Clara didn't know the words, but they felt heavy, like a weight on her chest. She sat in the back pew, her camera forgotten. Something was wrong here. Very wrong. After the service, the villagers led Clara to a stone house. Inside, a single room with a bed, a table, and a cracked mirror. "Stay here until dawn," a man said. His voice was hollow, his eyes avoiding hers. "Don't wander." Clara tried to ask questions, but he was gone. The door clicked shut. She tested it. Locked. Her phone had no signal. Her car keys. She realized she'd left them in the church. Panic crept in. She sat on the bed, her flashlight been dancing on the walls. That's when she saw it, carved into the wooden beam above the bed. The hollow takes. The words were crude, scratched deep. Clara's stomach twisted. She grabbed her notebook and wrote them down. Then she heard it. A sound outside. Soft, like footsteps, but not human. Too light, too quick. She peered through the window. The village was dark. The fog thicker now. Something moved in the distance. A shape low to the ground. darting between houses. Clara's heart raced. She told herself it was an animal. A fox, maybe, but it was too large. Too wrong. The footsteps stopped. Silence. Then a scratch. Slow, deliberate, on the door. Clara froze. The flashlight shook in her hand. The scratching grew louder, faster. Then it stopped. She waited, barely breathing. Nothing. She didn't sleep the night. At dawn, the door unlocked. Clara stepped outside, her eyes heavy. The village was quiet, but the air felt different. Heavier. The others gathered in the square, their faces pale. Sister Marion appeared, her robe now streaked with fresh red. Today, she said, we prepare the offering. Clara followed the group to a field behind the church. There, a circle of stones surrounded a pit. The pit was deep, its edges blackened as if burned. Baskets lined the circle, filled with eggs. But they weren't ordinary eggs. They were large, their shells grey, veined with dark lines. Clara knelt to look closer. The shells felt warm, too warm. What are these? She asked. Sister Marion's smile was cold. The hollow's eggs. They carry its will. Clara's skin crawled. She noticed the others avoiding the pit. The trembling man from the church whispered, "Don't touch them." His voice was desperate. Clara backed away. The day passed in a blur. The villagers painted the eggs with strange symbols, their hands shaking. They chanted, their words unfamiliar. Cuttrell. Clara tried to leave, but the paths out of the village seemed to loop back. The hills, the fork, they trapped her. That night, Sister Marion gathered them again. The hollow is hungry, she said. It gave us life. Now we give it ours. She pointed to the pit. One of you will be chosen. The hollow decides. Clara's blood ran cold. Chosen for what? She looked at the others. The young woman with the scarf was crying. The old man clutched a rosary, his lips moving silently. Clara realized they weren't here by choice. Not really. Midnight came. The village was silent, save for the wind. The congregation stood around the pit, candles in their hands. The eggs glowed faintly, their shells pulsing. Clara gripped her flashlight, her only weapon. She didn't know what was coming, but she felt it. Something ancient, something alive. Sister Marion raised a knife. Its blade was black, etched with symbols. The hollow calls, she said. She walked among them, her eyes scanning. Clara's heart pounded. She wanted to run, but her legs wouldn't move. The air was thick, suffocating. Marion stopped before the trembling man. "You," she said. He screamed, but two villagers grabbed him. They dragged him to the pit. Clara watched, horrified, as they threw him in. His screams echoed, then stopped. The eggs glowed brighter. The ground shook. Clara stumbled back. The others were chanting now, their voices frantic. She turned to run, but Marion's hand clamped her arm. "You can't leave," she whispered. "The hollow knows you." Clara tore free and ran. The village blurred around her. Houses, fork, shadows. She reached the church, her car keys clinking on the altar. She grabbed them and sprinted to her car. The engine roared to life. She drove, the road twisting, the fog choking her vision. But the village wouldn't let her go. The road looped back, again and again. Hollow's end appeared through the mist, its church looming. Clara screamed. The car stalled. The headlights flickered. And then, silence. Clara woke in the stone house. The same room, the same bed. The carved words stared down. The hollow takes. Her camera was gone. Her notebook, too. But her flashlight was there, its beam weak. She didn't know how she'd returned. She didn't want to know. The door was unlocked. She stepped outside. The village was empty. No villagers. No Sister Marion. Just the church, its doors open. Clara walked toward it, her legs moving against her will. Inside, the candles burned brighter. The altar was covered in eggs, hundreds of them. Their shells cracked, revealing something. Shapes moving inside. A voice echoed. Not Marion's. Not human. "You came," it said. "You always come." Clara's knees buckled. The air grew cold. The shapes in the eggs stirred, their forms unclear. She saw faces. The trembling man. The young woman with the scarf. Herself. The hollow is eternal. The voice said. It dies. It rises. It feeds. Clara understood. The letters. The invitations. They weren't random. The hollow chose its sacrifices. It had chosen her long before she arrived. Easter wasn't about resurrection. It was about hunger. She ran, but the church doors slammed shut. The candles went out. Darkness followed her. The last thing she heard was the cracking of eggs. Hollow's End is silent now. The village waits, as it always has. Every Easter, the letters go out. Yellow paper, red wax, a simple invitation. Most ignore them, but some don't. Some feel the pull. They drive into the hills. They find the sign, and they never leave. So, listener, check your mailbox. Look closely. If you see a letter, burn it. Don't read it. Don't come, because the hollow is waiting. And it's hungry. This is Rợn Radio. Sleep well, if you can.